What's up guys, Brandon here at Wake Your Neighbors. Today, it's kind of a rainy day out, shitty, not really going to be able to get any cool footage, but I thought I'd make a quick video on kind of why, like, the myth of why you shouldn't daily drive a Corvette. I just kind of want to debunk it a little bit, and coming from someone now with this and my Stingray last, I've daily driven them both here and in Florida. I made it through a winter in my Stingray here, so pretty much I just want to go over some of the great qualities of this car that you really don't have to worry about if you're considering buying one of these as your daily driver. Because I mean, I could have two vehicles, I choose not to. I also could have a lesser of a vehicle than this. I mean, it's been an absolute dream to have this. I come out every day, I look at it, and I'm just like, holy shit, this one's mine. And I mean, it's just one of those cars, gets tons of stairs everywhere you go, and I think a lot of people kind of shy away, or a lot of people honestly ask me, they're like, oh, what do you do in the winter? What do you do if you're driving a whole lot? And so I'll just kind of go over some of those things that they ask and tell you. I would say we'll break it down to like 5 categories of the actual daily driven experience. So let's go. First, we got to get an energy drink, and we'll get out and start this video. All right, let's check it. Right off the bat, guys, before we even get to the gas station, get that energy drink. If you've never had like a V8 car before, or just something that you really enjoy, a lot of times people are like, oh, it's a car, why would you pay that much? Like, when you first get in a car and you turn it on and it's something you truly love, unfortunately I just cold started it so you can't hear it, but anytime you get in right away and you just hear, it can make your day. It's one of those things, like, you could be having a shitty morning and right away you just go, you get in your car and you're like, this is why I paid this money for this car, this is why I love it, it sounds great. It's just one of those things that just makes the day a little bit better. Now trust me, I know what I just did is like a cardinal sin, having a drink in here, but with this weather, I was planning on doing something a little bit outside and kind of zooming around talking a little bit, but we're gonna let it die down, so I figured I can get something that doesn't have a cap and it's actually gonna wake me up. It's been a long day, so I'm gonna drink it. I'll probably finish it before I even leave. So with that, and also on that note, is these cup holders in here. This is way more sturdier than my 14 Stingray. In my 14 Stingray, it would just piss me off because that thing, no matter what was in it, it would just move constantly. So this, 100% better. I usually just throw my keys in here, but everything else has been going pretty good. It does hold some drinks, so that is a plus. One of the very first things I always just kind of fall back on is I do drive quite a bit, and when I drive, I truly enjoy it. And one, of course, with gas prices and everything, I don't like to spend a whole lot of money at the gas pump. There's a lot of cheaper cars out there, and a lot of cars that I was kind of afraid that I would lose that V8 to that V4 mode. If you see here, I always keep it in eco mode, and I just drove about a 300-mile round trip the other day, and on the highway I was averaging 28 miles per gallon. There is not another car at this caliber that can do that, and that's one of the reasons also why with the Z06 I didn't want to lose that long range gas mileage. If we go here, I will flip it, let's see, info. Yeah, so one of my trips, last trip I took 365, so that was after the highway and everything, and the average speed jumped down to 37 miles per hour. But as you can see, we're at 22 miles per gallon, and then before that, see, that's just like daily driving shit right there, and we're at 21.8. So number one reason why I always just say it's a great daily driver is because the gas mileage. One, I don't drive this car very light anyway. When I am driving it, going from point A to point B, I'm having fun with it. It's my daily driver. I fucking love this car, so I get on it quite a bit. You guys see the videos. You'll see them on my Instagram sometimes of me just doing pulls. I don't even think about it because in the long run, I know I drove my dad's Camaro when I leave for a little bit, and that thing, it gets like 13 miles a gallon. It is one hell of a car. It's hellacious. It's supercharged. I do have a video below of it, and you can also see more coming up when he gets on here. But the thing is, 13 miles a gallon for a daily driver, that is just way too freaking low. I would be at this gas pump I would say every 2, maybe 3 days, when right now I'm on a perfect schedule of once a week. I fill up and I'm good to go. Alright guys, so the next thing that kind of always gets brought up is when the weather's bad. Whether it's, of course, now I live in Ohio. I did make it through a winter here in my Stingray. It really wasn't that bad. The number one rule, you just have to be fucking smart. And I hate to say it, like, some people just, no matter what the weather is, they think, hey, I can drive in that. And that's not the case at all. When it comes to any type of snow, heavy snow, you're getting in the inches, no car is really gonna be 100% set up for it. I had multiple days this year where I drove my Stingray in the snow. It didn't bother me at all. If you've ever driven a 14 and lower Mustang in the snow with those being rear-wheel drive, they are absolutely horrible. And so with this, it really wasn't that bad at all. Now with the Grand Sport, I do think it might be a little bit more problematic just because it's wider. But then again, I really can't say yet because I just don't know. But like I said, the number one rule is you just have to be fucking smart. You can't do stupid shit in your car. That's it. And that also applies to rain. As you can see, like I said earlier, weather's been a little bit shitty, but there's nothing really that you have to worry about. Just can't go out in fucking snowstorms. Not that hard. So that takes care of that. You can daily drive it. When it comes to the weather and rain, there is no difference in this car compared to your other car when it comes to rain. It's just the snow, and as long as there's not 2, 3, 4 and up inches, then you're fine. If not, you just have to drive slow, drive smart. It's not that hard. Alright guys, the next thing would have to be the storage. People just think that these cars don't have a lot of area to put things when 100% that is wrong. I've had multiple cars, and generally this does better for like storing things in actual cars with back seats because it's just so much more convenient to get to. So as you can see, when we come up to it, another one thing I do love, look how freaking dirty this car is just because I've been driving it in the rain all day, is that little button on the back. My 14 didn't have that. But, I mean, look at all the freaking room back here. You can easily put like a 55-inch TV, I swear to God, it is massive. I always keep a change of clothes in here just in case. I go to the gym a lot, and sometimes when I get real sweaty, I always change. But then, see, there's like these extra storage cubbies. I know they open somehow. Extra storage cubbies in there. Keep my air compressor. So much room in the back, and it automatically shuts. Love that feature. And also, when you're getting in, of course you have the center console here, but then another great storage space is the screen. Back behind there, I generally just keep my cards, like gift cards, throw my credit card in there sometimes, my sunglasses. You have both the side pockets, and when you're reaching back here, everything is just really, it's right there. so it's perfect. You can put a lot of stuff in this car, and a lot of people just think they're small cars. No, you can't have kids. You can't put kids in the back. Okay, so going into a Corvette, if it's going to be your daily driver, you probably shouldn't have more than 2 people in your life, and that's okay. But other than that, the car, from a standpoint of like putting stuff in it, carrying stuff, groceries, you can put ungodly amounts. I mean, this entire top, that comes off and slides right in the back. You have plenty of room in this thing. Probably wrap this one up. So just to go over some things again, to put it all into one, absolute boss of a daily driving car. Love it in every single way. It's just been an absolute beast of a car. Number one, you know, the happiness I get out of it every day. When you start it up, you're just like, yes, that's what I want. Love it. No complaints. You know, you get in and get out. It is a little low, so sometimes that can be what I don't even want to call it a nuisance. It is what it is. There are some things you're not gonna like about the car. You know, like I said earlier, the cup holders could drive me nuts, but these ones are a little bit better than the last. But then, you know, the normal things of like everyday life. One, gas mileage. I average 22 miles per gallon, and that's, you know, city and highway driving. When I'm on the highway, it's closer to 28. When I'm in the city, I have a heavy foot, but no matter what car, 22 miles per gallon is pretty freaking good, especially a V8. And then you have the storage. You have the other things too that you can take into consideration is my car insurance is actually pretty cheap. If you're looking, especially if you're looking at this video like, oh, I might buy a Corvette, you could also be looking at like Mustangs and everything. My insurance on my Mustang, no accidents, no tickets, was $65 more a month than that. Than this, I'm sorry. So when I had Mustangs, I've had 3 in the past 2 years, 3 years now, and they're always just higher. And that's of course one of those cars that is right below the Stingray when it comes to price. So if you're looking into that, check the insurance. You know, the everyday life of the storage, lots of storage. You can fit everything in here, especially me. No kids, no nothing like that, so it just fits my lifestyle great. If you have kids, this might not be the car for you, but I'm pretty sure you already know that. And from there, that's all. Like I said, absolutely, it can be a daily driver. Drive it, rain, sun, light snow. Not saying go out in the deep snow. Like I said, you have to be comfortable with it. You have to be smart with it. But everything else, this car is just the absolute best. From the price range, that standpoint, you can't get a better car than this. Alright guys, that's it for this video. We're going to catch another one later on. I do have something in the works for some dive planes, just waiting on the guy to get back to me. So from there, subscribe. We'll check you on the next one.